This video is sponsored by RKDF University, Radisson Blue.
Kansai International Airport near Osaka, Japan boasts a remarkable achievement. It has never lost a single piece of passenger luggage since its opening in September 1994. This perfect record has solidified its reputation for exceptional dependability and efficiency in airport operations worldwide. A Russian missile hit a landmark structure in Odessa, Ukraine, known as the Harry Potter Castle, on Monday, causing at least 5 deaths. The Gothic-style building, which houses a private educational legal institution, was engulfed in flames after the attack. 2 individuals were injured during a dispute between Maldivians and Indians in the Maldives, leading to the arrest of 1 Maldivian. The altercation occurred near Central Park in Halhamel, approximately 7 kilometers northeast of Male, around 9 p.m. on Monday. Beijing issued a strong warning to the United States in response to recent legislation signed by President Joe Biden. The legislation aims to counter Chinese influence in the Indo-Pacific, allocating $8 billion for security initiatives and military aid to Taiwan. China threatened forceful retaliation if the United States does not reverse its course of action. Chinese scientist Zhang Yongzhan, renowned for publishing the first genome of the COVID-19 virus, is staging a protest after being evicted from his lab in Shanghai. Zhang logged out of his lab is holding sit-in, stating that the alternative space offered lacks essentially safety feature for his research. The United Kingdom plans to deport 5,700 migrants to Rwanda this year, according to a senior minister. This announcement follows the enactment of a controversial plan aimed at deterring migrant arrivals on small boats from Northern Europe. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated on Tuesday that Israel would not delay launching an offensive in Rafah until a hostage deal is reached. Netanyahu's office emphasized that stopping the war before achieving all objectives is not an option. Hemant Bakshi, CEO of Ola Cabs, is stepping down just 3 months after his appointment, with founder Bhavesh Agrawal taking over. Bakshi's departure aligns with a restructuring plan expected to cut the workforce by at least 10%, impacting about 200 employees. Australia's airports faced overcrowding as low-cost airline Bonza unexpectedly suspended services, leaving thousands of passengers stranded. Sri Lanka's cabinet has approved the renovation of the Kanke Santharai port in the northern province, with India covering the entire cost of the project. Indonesia is considering offering dual citizenship to individuals of Indonesian descent to attract more skilled workers, according to a senior cabinet minister. However, current Indonesian law does not recognize dual citizenship for adults, requiring individuals with 2 passports to choose one and renounce the other upon turning 18.
खानदानी लुटेरों की कोशिश होगी बेकार, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार।
इस तरह आरकेडीएफ विश्वविद्यालय राज्य और देश के आधुनिक और उच्च विश्वविद्यालयों में से एक है। RKDF University, a world-class university. Education glorifies nation.
China's Communist Party's Central Committee is scheduled to convene for a critical plenum in July, the third since its election in 2022. This meeting is pivotal amid internal challenges and intricate global dynamics, emphasizing reforms that could shape China's political trajectory. Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels have launched fresh attacks on the Red Sea shipping, including a Greek commercial vessel, the US military and maritime agency said, containing a recent resurgence in strikes along the vital route. Multiple fatalities and injuries occurred in Hainault, east of London, as a sword-wielding assailant launched a stabbing spree. The Metropolitan Police responded to a call reporting a vehicle collision with a house and subsequent stabbings, prompting urgent intervention. The United Arab Emirates and Iran are set to hold a rare joint economic commission in Abu Dhabi from Tuesday to Wednesday, showcasing Tehran's efforts to strengthen economic relations with Gulf states amid increasing United States pressure. In the ongoing Krishna Janmabhoomi Shahi Idgah dispute at Mathura's Allahabad High Court, the Hindu side countered the Muslim argument by stating that the property in dispute is not a Waqf property. Thus, Waqf Act provisions do not apply. They argue that the suit is maintainable and its non-maintainability can only be determined after presenting evidence. External Affairs Minister S. Shankar met with visiting UAE Minister Reem Al Hashimi on Tuesday and discussed steps to further a comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries. The Delhi High Court criticized Meta for its inadequate response to TV Today's plea regarding the blocking of their Instagram page. Harper's Bazaar, India. The bench, led by Acting Chief Justice Manmohan and Justice Manpreet Preetham Singh Arora, remarked that Meta's operations seemed to be worse than that of a government department. A nearly 300-year-old settlement, once submerged beneath a major dam in the Philippines, has re-emerged as sweltering heat and drought dry up the reservoir. As per reports, structures including part of a church, tombstones and a municipal hall marker reappeared in the middle of Pantabengan Dam in Nueva Ecija province in March after months of no rain. Marlon Paladin, a supervising engineer for the National Irrigation Administration, told. A case has been filed against Samajwadi Party leader Maria Alam Khan, niece of senior Congress leader Salman Khurshid, over a controversial speech she gave while campaigning for the Lok Sabha polls in Uttar Pradesh, Kamganj. The FIR, which also names Khurshid, has been registered for the violation of poll code under Indian Penal Code sections 188 and 295A in Kamganj police station in the Fatehgarh district. While seeking votes for India's bloc candidate Naval Kishore Shakya from Uttar Pradesh's Farrukhabad constituency, Maria Alam made an appeal of vote jihad, terming it to be necessity for the minority community in the current situation. Khurshid was also present as the chief guest at the public meeting that Maria Alam was addressing. New York City police officers have entered the campus of Columbia University in an effort to disperse pro-Palestine protesters who have occupied the iconic Hamilton Hall, a building on the campus that has had a long-standing connection with students' activism. This comes after university authorities threatened to expel the anti-Israel protesters to end their occupation of the building. As per reports, on Tuesday night, police officers entered Hamilton Hall through a second-floor window, while several protesters were taken into custody just off campus at 116th and Amsterdam in New York.